everyone. My name is Allison Ball, and I'm a sophomore English and Criminology major studying at West Virginia University. For the past 7 months, I've worked alongside Dr. Rosemary Hathaway, an associate English professor at West Virginia University, in our research on young-adult Appalachian literature. The title of our project is More Diverse Than You Might Imagine, a survey of recent young-adult Appalachian literature. I would like to start off with the purpose of our research, which is to compile an annotated bibliography of young-adult Appalachian books, show the availability of the diverse literature in the genre and advocate for more, and bring to light more books containing positive stereotypes and ideals, and the need for more. So what exactly is young-adult Appalachian literature? The definitions of both young-adult literature and Appalachian literature can be controversial, with lots of different opinions about what makes a text young-adult or Appalachian. For our purposes, we're defining it as a genre of literature tailored to adolescent audiences that include an Appalachian setting, aspects from Appalachian culture, and have young adult protagonists. Although this isn't a definition that everyone uses to identify young adult Appalachian literature, it is what we've identified it as. One of the main reasons we chose this project was to aid in efforts to locate literature for young people that can help push back against Appalachian stereotypes and that reflects the realities of its young people. Growing up in southern West Virginia has taught me so much about the importance of community and taking pride in where I come from. The poor white hillbilly stereotype that is oftentimes portrayed in Hollywood films and television is not a true depiction of Appalachia. Not only is Appalachia a region that has beautiful scenery and recreational tourism, but it is a place where beautifully diverse people are a huge part of what makes Appalachia, Appalachia. As you can see, there are two images, one of past Appalachia and one of present. Although there were also many people of color living in the Appalachian region during the time of the black and white photo, many just think of white residents in this area. The other image is students from Appalachian State University that were accepted into the Diversity Scholars Program, which brings students together from multiple backgrounds to work on scholarship, community, and service. These images are what we want to locate in Appalachian literature, going from the poor white hillbilly narrative to the accurate, diverse one that has been swept under the rug. So far in our research, we have created a comprehensive bibliography of all the young adult Appalachian books we could find through the WorldCat database. This has allowed us to take note of the author, publishing companies and their locations, publication dates, WVU library availability, and a description of the novel, which has helped us to gain access to the books on the list. We have also discovered that there are more young adult Appalachian novels than we expected. We expected to find maybe 50 tops, but so far we have found 98. After making this list, we began looking more closely at specific examples to see if, by our definition, these books were truly young adult and Appalachian, and to see if these novels resisted stereotypes and presented a more diverse portrait of the region. The first one I read was Tillmon County Fire by Pamela Ehrenberg. Although the location that inspired Tillmon County Fire it isn't fully disclosed, you could tell that this novel took place in a small Appalachian town. This novel tells of an anti-LGBTQ+ hate crime that takes place among a group of teenagers, telling the story from each of their perspectives. This eye-opening story allows others to step into the shoes of the LGBTQ community and realize the undeserving discrimination they experience. Another novel that contributes to the diversity of Appalachia is Sangspell by Phyllis Reynolds Naylor, who is also the author of Shiloh, which won a Newbery Medal. Sangspell tells the story of a boy named Josh and his interactions with the Melungeon people that live in the Appalachian Mountains. Melungeons are a group of individuals with a mixed ancestry, including European, Indigenous, and African groups that lived in the Appalachian Mountains. Over time, they've migrated to more urban areas and intermarried, losing their collective identity. But learning about their beginning way of life, such as collecting ginseng, their daily rituals, and beliefs, allow the reader to appreciate their culture. The last novel I'd like to talk about is Same Sun Here by Silas House and Neela Vaswani. Silas House is a nationally best-selling author of 6 novels, in which one of them is Same Sun Here. This novel covers different topics such as immigrant discrimination, mountaintop removal, and citizenship. These controversial topics are seen from a different perspective of two 12-year-old children living in different regions of the United States. Our initial research revealed that the only published list of Appalachian children's literature is Herrin and Oliver's 2010 reference book, Appalachian Children's Literature, an Annotated Bibliography. This bibliography was helpful to give us examples of what literature did exist for Appalachian literature. Although it says children's literature, it includes a variety of young adult literature as well, except there are more history-based, like books on the life and legacy of Davy Crockett. We have also discovered that there are more young adult Appalachian novels than we expected. As I noted before, we thought we'd be lucky if we found a few dozen books, but our list currently includes nearly 100. In the future, we intend to make our bibliography accessible to the public and continue our research by adding more books under the young adult Appalachian genre, and consider more questions we have about the books, such as differences in small and large publishing companies, and what books exist in other age ranges. In our research so far and future endeavors, it is important to give the public easy access to the genre. It isn't one that many see promoted on a Barnes & Noble bookshelf, and our bibliography helps to give the genre the positive recognition it deserves. It is also important to show Appalachian young adults that they are important and that their stories are not part of a perpetuated stereotype. Being an Appalachian native of West Virginia, I have been pushed to leave the state in hopes for more prosperous places, but this work has made me realize that if the youth of Appalachia leave, there will be no one to change the negative views of the region. This need for inclusion is even more crucial for young Appalachians who are further marginalized by race, ethnicity, sexual orientation, religion, and other factors. Something that has called attention to this need for inclusion is the Own Voices movement, which was created in 2015 by author Herrin. This term is used to describe literature including diverse groups written by authors from those same groups. While this movement started the conversation, there is still more work to be done. Changing the poor white hillbilly stereotype will show people from the region and beyond that it has not and still does not today accurately reflect the people of Appalachia. Thank you, Dr. Rosemary Hathaway, and members of the legislature.